But he's both stupid and crazy, and he's a criminal. You know, he's not being charged in these trials.
The moment he got into the White House.
No, we did. We aged when he was in office. He was fine. You're right. He's charged with actual crimes. Criminal intent to obscure. He tried every possible way to steal this election. He tried to do it through the courts. He tried to do it through state legislature.
Did you hear about the comedy smackdown that's got Trump's toupee in a twist? Bill Maher just took a wrecking ball to Joe Rogan's MAGA fantasies, and boy, is it a doozy. Imagine the scene: Maher, armed with nothing but his wit, facing off against the podcast Goliath Rogan. It's David versus Goliath, folks, but instead of a slingshot, Maher's got an arsenal of facts and one-liners. And Trump, he's fuming on the sidelines like a kid who just dropped his ice cream cone. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Remember when Joe Rogan was just that guy who made people eat gross stuff on TV? Well, those days are long gone. Now he's traded in his Fear Factor hat for a shiny new MAGA cap, and boy, is he wearing it proud. Rogan's podcast has turned into a megaphone for MAGA madness. He's been spouting some real head scratchers lately, leaving his listeners scratching their heads and wondering, is this the same guy who used to call himself a liberal? It's like he woke up one day and decided to go full Trump. Maybe there was something in his DMT stash. Let's take a peek at some of Rogan's greatest hits. He's been ranting about election fraud like it's the new miracle cure. You'd think ballot boxes were filled with murder hornets the way he goes on about it.
We're living in a world where perfect is not on the menu. These are the choices we're going to have. This is going to be who's running next.
I call this the get the cat high vote.
He's a city roach. He eat the worst things he eats, the stronger he gets. You cannot kill him.
And get this, Rogan's podcast gets more listeners than some countries have people. That's a whole lot of ears getting filled with MAGA mumbo jumbo. But here's the real kicker. Rogan's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk right into Trump's inner circle. Word on the street is he's got the orange one on speed dial now. They're like two peas in a very loud, very spray tanned pod. What's next? Will Rogan start selling MAGA hats infused with CBD oil? So there you have it, folks.
Criminal intent to basically steal the election or to coerce people in the states. He tried every possible way to steal this election. He tried to do it through the courts. He tried to do it through state legislature.
So he's trying to get someone to violate their oath. 2 counts of
Yes.
conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree. 2
Right.
counts of conspiracy to commit false statements and writing.
Joe Rogan, the guy who used to make people eat worms, is now feeding his audience a steady diet of MAGA myths. It's like he's gone from fear factor to fact. Fear it. But don't worry, because our comedic knight in shining armor is about to enter the scene. Bill Maher, armed with nothing but his razor-sharp wit and a fact-checker's dream of a research team, is gearing up to take on the podcast Goliath. It's David versus Goliath, folks, but instead of a slingshot, Maher's packing an arsenal of facts and one-liners that could make even the most die-hard MAGA fan question their life choices. Button? Alright, folks, it's time for the main event. In this corner, weighing in with a whopping dose of MAGA madness, we've got Joe, I'll believe anything, Rogan.
The moment he got into the White House.
No, we did. We aged when he was in office. He was fine. You're right.
The exit poll said he grabbed 52% of white women. He also got their votes.
A criminal, and he's crazy, and he's stupid, and crazy and stupid are two different things.
And in the other corner, armed with nothing but his razor-sharp wit and a fact-checker's dream of a research team, it's Bill Reality Check Maher. Maher's been watching Rogan's Trump transformation with a mix of horror and comedic glee. It's like watching your friend suddenly decide that flat earth theory makes total sense. But our boy Bill isn't just sitting back and laughing. Oh no, he's gearing up for the takedown of the century. Now, you might be thinking, can Maher's late night zingers really compete with Rogan's podcast empire?
He's charged with actual crimes. Criminal intent to obscure.
Coalition. He kept the old crowd that likes him. He got a lot of new voters. He got a lot of people who say they just want to see what he'll do.
Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because Maher's not pulling any punches. He's calling out Rogan's flip-flops faster than you can say alternative facts. Remember when Maher compared Rogan to Goop? Ouch! That's gotta hurt more than any UFC punch Rogan's ever taken.
Stupid is like Frederick Douglass is alive.
See if they live up to their word. Trump says he's going to deport 12 million people. How are you going to get 12 million people back into Mexico?
But it's not just jokes, folks. Maher's bringing facts to this fight, debunking Rogan's claims like a political mythbusters. He's poking holes in Rogan's arguments faster than Trump can tweet Covfeff. And let me tell you, it's a beautiful thing to watch. Turns out Maher's pen, or in this case his mic, really is mightier than Rogan's sword. Or should we say, his conspiracy theories. He's taking down Rogan's MAGA rants one by one, leaving nothing but a trail of destroyed talking points in his wake. It's like watching a master chef dice an onion.
Or the stealth bomber is literally invisible.
Right.
And today, Trump said, I'm way ahead of you. Why do you think I left so many holes in the wall?
Precise, ruthless, and guaranteed to make some people cry. And folks, Trump's not taking this lying down. He's madder than a MAGA hat in a windstorm. The orange one is throwing a tantrum that would make a toddler blush. But here's the kicker. The more Trump fumes, the more Maher's words hit home. It's like watching a cartoon character turn redder and redder until steam shoots out of their ears.
Crowd at my inauguration was the biggest ever. And I'm going to make an issue of this for the first 2 weeks of my presidency, despite photographic evidence.
Could not conceive of a second Trump term, but they should have. When does America ever turn down seconds? I mean, come on.
But hold on to your hats, because this comedy crusade is far from over. Most people think Maher's just gonna throw some zingers at Rogan and call it a day. But the truth is, he's cooking up something way bigger. The real shock, they're both wrong because Maher's got a secret weapon that'll make Rogan's head spin faster than a fidget spinner at a MAGA rally.
But he's both stupid and crazy, and he's a criminal. You know, he's not being charged in these trials.
I mean, he ran the table. Trump won so big. Today he called the Secretary of State in Georgia and he asked him to lose him $11,000.
Well, folks, it looks like Maher's comedy crusade has left Rogan's MAGA mansion in shambles. Who knew facts could hit harder than Joe's UFC days? Trump's probably off somewhere trying to make jokes illegal. Good luck with that, Donnie. Next time you're scrolling through your podcast feed, remember, just because someone can make you laugh doesn't mean they should make you think. Unless that someone is Bill Maher, of course. He's like a fact-checking ninja in a sea of MAGA madness. And hey, if you thought this takedown was juicy, just wait till you see what we've got coming up next. Rumor has it, Trump's going nuts over Michelle Obama's latest knockout punch. Stay tuned because this political circus is far from over.